Let's take a look at Level 1 Rhythms, Line 3. Okay, in Line 3, we have quarter notes and whole notes. This might be your first time seeing whole notes. And this would be a whole note right there. It's just a note head without a stem. The definition of a whole note is that it's a note for 4 taps, okay, or a note that's 4 beats long, a note really that's equal to 4 quarter notes. So in the measure before that, you'll see 4 quarter notes tied together, and that's really the same thing as a whole note. So the 4 quarter notes together and the whole note are exactly the same thing. If we just focus in on the second measure, we know already that quarter notes are on the tap, so we would just tap for each quarter note. Alright, but because of the tie, we say ta for the first quarter note, and then we just hold out for the other quarter notes. So it's one tongued quarter note and 3 quarter notes that are just held out. So if we were to tap the second measure, it would go like this. Ready, starting here, ready, go. Ta. Okay, you can pause and rewind that or try it yourself. Then, if we go ahead and look at the next measure, the third measure of this, as I said, it'll be the same thing. So when you see a whole note, you really just want to think of 4 quarter notes that are tied together. And when you see 4 quarter notes tied together, just think about a whole note. So both of these measures would be done exactly the same way. They just are a different way of thinking about it. So let's go and try both of these measures together. Ready, go. Ta, ta. Try it one more time without anything written in. Okay, ready, go. Ta, ta. And that's the new information in this line, how whole notes are played. If we look at the next measure again, the fourth measure, the last measure, this is a little bit of a review of what we had in the first measure, or some lines above. In this one, we have a half note, and this is a 2-beat note, so a half note is the same as 2 quarter notes tied together. We've talked about that before. And this would just be ta, and then ta-a, and ta. So if you try this with me, 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ta. And we can get rid of these markings. I encourage you to write in your own markings on your paper if it'll help you perform it better. Let's try this line, or just this measure. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ta. And that's how you do the fourth measure. So, if we go all the way back to the beginning and try to put this together, and just a reminder that we're keeping a steady tap for every quarter note. So your finger is tapping like this. And certain notes happen when you tap. That's why we're tapping. We're tapping a beat and we're saying the rhythm. So the finger tap is continuous. A whole note is 4 taps. It's not one long tap. Let's go ahead and play line 3 of the level 1 rhythms together. Ready, start. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. Feel free again to pause this video at any time or review it. If you didn't get it right away, don't worry. Just keep trying, and remember that it can take several practice sessions to get better at something. Once you learn to tap it, go ahead and play it on your instrument, and when you play it on your instrument, it should be exactly the same as the tap. If it's helpful, you can play this video back, but instead of tapping it, play it on your instrument. That's how you play line 3 of the level 1 rhythms.